And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for this, the third hour of Helsinki City Defenders, today on Masks on CharismaToAC. So, Diamond, you're out looking for the boys.
Yes, I am.
Now,
Sorry.
respectively,
Yes.
Aaron, you are at your shift, but we'll basically cut to you like post-shift.
Okay.
Vigil, you have been cut loose by your mom. Not cut loose in the sense that you're no longer welcome, but in the sense that she's been like, okay, well, we're done talking. I have reprimanded you for attacking one of your classmates or your schoolmates, and now I'm gonna leave you to your devices, and hopefully we'll never have this conversation again. Like that spiel. And I think where we find you is like as you're walking from your respective places of wherever you've been, like on your way to wherever you're going. There is a gathering of people outside of City Hall having a conversation, and there's like a bunch of reporters like snapping photos of a podium up the steps to City Hall, where apparently like a press conference is ongoing, or like an address to the journalists are going on. And at this like big group of people, the three of you can like spy each other through the crowd. And let's be clear here, White Sparrow, Starlight, you are also welcome to be in the scene.
You know what? That makes sense because you can only agonize over doing something for so long.
Clearly, you can't remember what it was like being a teenager.
Yep.
Well, she might just have decided not to do it right now, and then figured I need to find something else to occupy my mind.
All right.
I think she would still be in bird form, though. Also, importantly, have the others told her that her face is kind of red?
Probably not.
Probably.
Nope. Not.
Okay, so
not Diamond at least.
sounds like Starlight has.
Well, she kind of deserves to know instead of just going, "Why the hell didn't you tell me?"
Yeah.
So she would have probably brought it to a mirror and then, tried to kindly tell her that, yeah, the repercussion came and it was this, apparently.
I think she took that surprisingly well.
It's just like, don't freak out or anything, but telling probably did this.
I think it was if she wasn't aware that something like this could happen, she would have taken it much worse.
Yeah, but she's probably seen it twice already.
Yeah.
All right.
So where are we?
Outside City Hall, where a big group of people have shown up, like just civvies, but also reporters have shown up to like listen while someone is having like an address. And as you can see, like up upon the podium, up on the like atop the steps leading into City Hall, which I imagine is like this like Roman-looking building, right? Like that type of architecture that like is very popular in America, right? Like
columns and pillars and stuff.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's of course it's Diane Nielsen making a speech to the press, and she's talking about this alarming tendency that we're seeing in modern days of children, donning the heroic mantles of their adult predecessors, and going out and committing acts of vandalism and acts of vigilantism to of the best intentions, no doubt, and some of them to positive results, but always to the danger and detriment of themselves and their surroundings. And she's talking like she's addressing the crowd, firing on all cylinders, urging people to consider urging people to consider an initiative whereby young superheroes, young aspiring superheroes, can be inducted into formal training so they can learn to control their powers before they are like permitted to engage in the act of superheroics. And that conversation is currently happening.
Diamond takes out a cigarettes and looks at it. It's not like it's gonna kill me, and then she takes out a lighter, lights it up. Probably, narrows her eyes a little as she looks up at the self-righteous cow on the podium.
Yeah, and I think like looking over the crowd is where you see your friends, right? Like also in the crowd somewhere.
Yeah, I think she probably pushes her way past one of the reporters with the cameras and says, basically just moves this person aside and says, "Excuse me, I've got better things to do than listen to this idiot." And then she heads towards her friends.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure Starlight isn't hearing anything of what she's saying because she's hearing music.
So we find like standing in the crowd, looking at her.
She's standing with earbuds in, right, and looking up at her, and she's pretending she's saying something else. Putting her own thoughts in what she would be saying. The same thing you do when you mute your fucking commercials and you have fun, making up a conversation on your own.
Absolutely. In the
She's
TV
not
show,
hearing it at all.
In the TV show version of this comic book, that would have been like that would be comedy sketch, right? Like it would be like 20 seconds devoted to like her like mouthlessly like saying words over the sound of a bass line, and then like seeing you in the crowd just like nodding your head, being like, yeah.
Basically, I'm pretty sure that she is hearing some kind of parody song or something, and she's putting the lyrics in her mouth.
Weird Al.
So yeah, something Weird Al, like White and Nerdy, something like that. And first we see her and we see the whole tirade, and then we jump down from behind Starlight. It's pretty obvious that it's Starlight, and you can see the singing things, and then she's looking pointedly up at that lady, and it looks like that she is, taking the blurb out she had and then putting in the lyrics to a song instead. So it's the same scene just for two different perspectives, and it's lyrics to White and Nerdy. In Starlight's head, at least.
All right.
Nice.
What about the rest of you? Contextualize your presence in the scene.
I think getting off of work, Aaron is still in his nice jeans and button-up shirt. Mm-hmm. So he just has his arms folded across his chest and just listening to her.
I think there's a white dove perched somewhere, just kind of shaking its head.
a white dove looking like with incredulity on the scene. Like we don't the first
Have
real
you
expression
ever
of a
seen
dove.
an actual dove? They can't help but look incredulous.
Doves look amazingly stupid.
Yes, but that's because they are.
Yeah, that's in fairness, they're bird brains.
And the ones that's lived outside in my mother's hedge for the last couple of years when I've lived there have always bombarded the poor hedge. It's a really, really dense one, but it insists on having its fucking nest in there. So the mother and father bird has to bombard this and hope they go through it to get into the babies.
I mean, I'm. What did you expect from a flying French loaf?
Yeah, they are not they're not that smart, but they are incredibly entertaining to look at when they don't get through, because then they just bounce off.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there's a somewhat smarter dove sitting up there shaking its head.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we take a moment
it's
here.
It's a disapproving dove.
We take a moment here to like bring you together because you're like joining up in the scene, right? Diamond, you're going to your friends. The dove, you're able to spy the presence of your friends. Starlight.
I think
You can like through the pounding bass line, you're still able to like see your friends like in the crowd, and yeah. So what are you doing as you're like joining up in this scene?
I think when they get closer, and she's doing nothing to hide this from not only from her friends, but from people around in general. Diamond, who is not in the world's most amazing and fantastic and joyful of moods, still with her eyes somewhat narrowed and puffing very insistently and somewhat angrily on her cigarette, flips a double bird. Basically does a Stone Cold Steve Austin and flips a double bird at the mayor, the deputy mayor, as it is.
So yeah, you join up with your buds. You flip off the deputy mayor, making it very clear to your friends at least what your opinion on this matter is, I suppose.
Yeah, Finn pulls up a hood and tries to blend in the crowd. He doesn't, he thinks it's like, oh no, like it's still unresolved troubles with Miss Mayor. So he's like, nope. I hope
gorgeous thing is Diamond doesn't. She doesn't actually. I don't think she's even met the woman.
Yeah, she
I
has.
think you met her at the party at the museum.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's the only place. So,
Yeah.
She looks at the others and goes, "Has anybody seen White Sparrow?" Oh, there you are. Hi. Good. All right, guys.
Starlight just looks questioningly at you.
Could we... The dove. Could we...
She's still looking questioningly at you. She's still hearing music. She can't hear a fuck of what you're saying.
Does she have a headset on?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, okay, no, but it might be earbuds or something. If she's got a headset on.
Let's say it's big earmuffs.
Okay, Diamond lifts them off carefully, but she does remove them and says, I suggest we go somewhere where our eardrums don't get polluted by this cow.
My eardrums are fine.
Yes, but the rest of us aren't, and we can't really communicate with you if you can't hear us.
Oh, all right.
So, just a suggestion, but should we go somewhere else? Because, quite frankly, this is either depressing or infuriating. I can't really decide.
Finn is like, well, my place is always quiet. Your place is always quiet. Well, not always, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. No, let's...
Well, Dad isn't home, so there is no one at my house either.
Look, the point is... we have some loose ends here and there, don't we? We have what's his face? Riley Newman is still out there somewhere. We have that laughing old git in the Holston dress somewhere out there.
And as if like to dramatically punctuate the fact that you're like rattling off trouble, there's suddenly like sound of like screams and like outcries like far off. You hear like a loud tearing bang as you like look sideways, and you see a truck like an actual a hauling truck just like plow through a parked car and like speed towards the gathered crowd.
All right, I'll try to stop it.
So you move to do something. The people like pull away and like start like running. You run to like you make towards it, and as the thing comes rushing towards you, then suddenly in like a streak from the sky descends like in a red bolt. Descends the form of some kind of person, landing directly in front of it, and like grabbing it and like just lifting it up,
Yeah.
And suddenly it's like dangling in the air. And for a moment, like everyone is just like shocked and in awe and like gawking, like, who is this? What is this? And it's like some kind of like local superhero, like you know, like local photogenic, always popular in the media superhero, like the mighty Mr. Mask or something.
Well, in that case, we don't have to.
And as he lifts up the truck, he's like just like having a moment where he like lifts it up in one hand and like posing for the cameras and smiling. He's like, "Fear not, citizens, you're all well. Today is not the day that these villains get the chance to do whatever like work whatever vile deeds they plan." And he like puts the truck down and he like reaches in and he pulls the driver out, and you notice the driver is unconscious. And he's not paying attention to it because he's like looking at him, making sure he's okay. But you guys see a shadow slink out of the steering house of the truck, like slink out of the truck itself, and like vanish into an adjoining park.
I'll definitely follow that.
Yep.
Yep. I mean,
So you give chase, following the shadow. And there's like a couple of series of shots of you like running into the park. There's like skaters like roll like in the other direction of you. You're like passing people with strollers and like people throwing frisbees, walking dogs, and so on. You're just like legging it through the group, through the park. The shadow like continues swerving between trees and shrubbery, diving into the shadows beneath like a bridge that's like crossing over a walkway like down below.
Bridge over troubled water.
Yes, exactly. Right, so there's like basically an underpass. Yeah, a minor one, of course. But yeah, it vanishes into the shadow of that place, and you see a person wearing a hoodie like stand up from inside and just like walk out as if nothing had happened.
Well, Diamond looks towards Nightshade to see what he wants.
Yeah, Nightshade is still in his work uniform, so he turns to those of you who don't wear costumes and says, "Go ahead and tailor. I'm going to change. I'll catch up."
Okay. Yeah, you're probably better at tailing right now than Diamond is, but she does try to follow.
The person walks off walks off the path onto the grass, goes under a tree, takes out a phone, and has like a brief conversation like, "Yes, no, I tried. No, it didn't. Yes, it was interrupted. What? Yes, I realized that. Yes, it was the right truck. All right, I'll be right back." And just as the person hangs up, you hear like a thudding boom in the background somewhere. Like there's an explosion somewhere in the city nearby, and the person turns their head and like flashes a grin in that direction, and then just like keeps walking as if nothing had happened.
yeah, there's definitely a white dog following this person, looking mightily disapproving.
Very disapproving facial expression on this. You know, the beak is turned downwards.
Yep.
So you're trying to like catch a look of this person?
Mostly following them, but yes, I mean I'm a bird,
Yeah, sure.
so I might just try.
So you follow them. They walk for a while through the park. Then they just sit down on a bench, flip their hoodie back, and just like leans back and relaxes. It's a girl, mid teenage years, maybe like a bit on the older side. She's got like a pierced lip. Her lips are painted black, and she has like a deep violet mohawk.
How does she fit that inside the hood?
It's not a tall one. It's like short crop mohawk.
Side cut, basically the mohawk is falling flat over one side of her head, maybe.
Could
Anyway,
be one of those that's just a few centimeters high.
could be.
tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she just like sits back and seems to like relax, do nothing. Takes out a coin and plays with it. Doesn't seem to really like pay anything much attention.
Well, a dove lands at her feet, clearly wanting bread.
All right. So I want to like cut to the side and see the rest of you. What are you doing while this is going on?
Diamond is actually heading over there to sit down next to her. She's taking out a pack of cigarettes and, patting her pockets as if she's trying to find a lighter.
Okay. Vigil, Starlight, Nightshade.
Did
I
we
think,
all follow the girl?
Yeah, Finn would stay somewhere back probably, just like not too so there's not too many people.
I think Nightshade probably changed and then is like up on a overlooking roof or something, just watching.
All right. And sorry, where was Vigil again?
Vigil is probably within short burst of speed distance somewhere.
All right,
Wherever
cool.
it's appropriate, either perch against the tree or on a different bench or something like that. Somewhere where he can see.
Yeah, getcha. So she sits there for a moment. Diamond, you go over there and sit down next to her.
Yep.
All right. She looks at you like
she looks looks sidelong at her and got a light.
she grins at you. Sure, and she like takes out a matchbook of all things, and like strikes a match for you.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Well,
she like looks you up and down as you're sitting there, like as if to estimate like what you look like, judging you by the way you dress. And she's like, seems to be okay, impressed. He's like, oh, what's up?
Normal day in Halcyon City.
Not so normal anymore.
No. Perhaps not. Looking, I look back at her, kind of leaning forward, putting my elbows on my knees, just, smoking.
Can I bum one off you?
Yeah, sure. Takes out her pack of cigarettes, flicks one, punches the bottom with a thumb. The trick where you flick the bottom of the pack of cigarettes with a thumb so that one comes up.
Sure.
She flicks it hard enough that one comes all the way out, catches it, and gives it to her.
Cool. So she just like this doesn't seem to pay attention to, right? She doesn't catch the implication, but just grabs it and like lights up. It's like, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. Sometimes things can seem the same around here. Just another day, I like to think that things are changing. And she says that with like this kind of pretentious like undertone, right? She's not old enough or like she doesn't seem like she's in a place to make that statement. She's speaking beyond her years, basically.
Yeah.
Which I guess to you, like you people exactly, doesn't actually apply as maybe a thing you were thinking. I don't know.
Not really. But Diamond does look at her and says, "Well, you want things to change. What would you like to change?"
I wish I could tell you that. It's such a funny thing. But yeah, it's just stuff like that conversation back there, I mean, it's...
Oh, you mean the absolute bloody cow standing up on the podium trying to sound holier than thou and like she's got the end-all be-all answers to everything that has to do with anyone who isn't at her advanced age?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, like that.
That particular woman just drives me absolutely spare.
Well, I don't have anything against her in particular as much as I have... I mean, the problem isn't really the officials, the problem is the system as a whole.
Suppose, but the system allows people like her to get, to where she is. Anarchy in the UK.
I wish. And if they do, could they bring it to the US? And she's just like talking to you. While this is happening, we see someone completely normal break from the crowd. Like, just like people walking past you as this is going on.
Yeah.
And then like someone just stops. It's someone that is not paid any attention to in the way they're portrayed in the frame. But just like a lady stops and looks down. She's like, come, we're leaving. And you notice her for the first time. She's just like regularly dressed business-looking lady with like red curls, wearing a skirt and heels. And like, you know, like she's dressing like for the world of men. So she got like a shoulder padded jacket. Like mimicking all
power suit, basically.
Yes, mimicking the worst fashion accessories ever.
Yeah.
Just like she turns like looks at her, she's like, come, we're going. And she just nods to you, is like, oh yeah, excuse me. And she's about to stand up and walk when the person like stops and like you can see her like paying particular attention to a dove that's just walking around.
Mm-hmm.
She's just stopping and looking at it for a moment. Then she stops, and then she's like the pause comes to a halt, and she just turns around and walks away with the girl.
Yeah, Diamond stands up and just it's like, oh, 1 second, just one detail before you go.
She turns around to like as if to ask you, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, she just turns her skin transparent and cracks her knuckles. I don't think so.
I was about to say, at this point, Nightshade, when he sees the other person coming, probably like disperses into smoke and starts floating his way down.
Yeah.
So
hopefully I can get their attention. I would like to try to provoke them, actually.
Oh yeah, there's no need to make a roll for that here. I mean, unless you're trying to provoke them to something specific.
I'm trying to provoke them into doing something stupid.
Like what?
Keeping their attention on me specifically, so that they don't, my friends and buddies can come up from behind and grab these assholes.
All right. So here's what's going on. Right. This is what's happening. I guess actually there's a chance that you could do this. So instead of me just like going on about what they would do, let's talk about what they do.
Yes.
So they turn around, they notice you're doing this. They have both of them have an immediate reaction. The older lady like reacts with snap judgment. The younger one seems confused. And then you may make your roll. Tell me how you provoke them. But we know what you intend to do. But how do you do it?
She changes her her appearance to to look robotic, because that in itself should be something that makes them stop and stare. And then she raises this, she raises her left hand and just does this "come hither" with just one finger, while her eyes turn to little almost burning red dots looking straight at them.
All right, cool. So make the roll.
Yes. Let's see if it works or if they run away. Let me see. I have some. Come on. I need to just check because I can't remember if I. Yes. Okay. There's this, when you provoke someone with obvious threats and shows of force, and she's just changing and she's cracked her knuckles, it's clear that she wants to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can roll plus danger instead of plus superior, although in this case it doesn't make any difference because we've got 3 in both.
All right. Well, make your roll.
Yeah, I think. Right. There you go.
Sweet.
Could I, well, I don't know if anybody wants to help with that, because then that would take it up to a full hit, obviously.
I can help if you want.
Yeah, I would definitely be amenable to getting up to a full hit.
How about disapproving dove jump scare?
Oh, right. So yeah, you suddenly turn into White Sparrow and also, just keeping their attention in that general direction?
I think I want to kind of keep it, you look generally scary.
Oh, right. Yes.
And White Sparrow in her normal form is not that scary.
No.
So let's do the dove turns dinosaur thing.
I like.
So the thing that's not an actual velociraptor, but it's called a velociraptor in
Yes, it's a Deinonychus.
Deinonychus, that thing she turns into.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So this comes as a surprise to the kid, and your role successfully provokes them both to stay around. You do this. You turn into a dinosaur. People around notices, unsurprisingly.
Oh, really?
Really?
And has the understandable reaction of someone turning into a dinosaur in the middle of everything, being like, "Oh, that's a dinosaur. Oh shit, supers are happening. Let's just get away from this." And so people start moving away. Meanwhile, as you're turning into this dinosaur, the kid is throwing up her arms. She's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And she's completely paying attention because she's so shocked. The elder woman is also paying attention to you. Words, Diamond, to you,
yes.
and the dinosaur as well.
Diamond and the dinosaur. Best friends.
That does sound like a children's show that has to happen, doesn't it?
So they do look to the both of you, setting themselves up for maybe your mates could get an angle on them. But yeah, she immediately when she turns around, she doesn't seem as startled, and you can see this deep purplish flame start crackling along her perfectly pedicured nails.
Interesting.
Because it's manicure, isn't it? I don't know.
Manicure is the fingers,
Manicure.
pedicure is the feet.
All right, yeah. So manicured nails. Just a purple fire starts crackling around them. She's like, "You little idiot! Didn't you notice the dove?" And she doesn't give you much in the way of space. It's not like she's waiting for you to do anything.
No.
She launches into an attack on you immediately.
Yes.
She mouths a word. I don't know what exactly that word is, though it is painted. Maybe it's some kind of hieroglyph drawn in her speech bubble. And this rush of blackish energy surges out towards both of you. What do?
Definitely not a fan.
Okay, can Finn
I'm
can Finn not known because he was? Oh, sorry.
No, you first. You first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Finn at this moment would be probably because he was waiting on an opportunity. He would take an aim, project a bola in his hand, spin it around, and very calmly aim at the younger one, and then just toss it to immobilize her. Well, basically.
All right.
And
So
he wants to wield his power.
The adult.
Yep.
This
Because he's acting.
Fancy.
Let's see.
Since she's not yet engaged in combat, I imagine, and she doesn't know that Finn is there. It's not really directly engaging. It's more of a Finn using his power.
Yeah.
That might be the case.
I know I'm at least going to directly engage when it's my turn, but I'll definitely wait until everybody else has had theirs. Because Diamond wants to go for the adults to basically wade through the fire and gets grips with her.
Because the one of the outcomes of the wield your power move is actually to neutralize an opponent or a threat.
All right.
Yeah, this is probably not the appropriate use of wielding your powers. This is probably engaging your foe.
I would argue it's not, because there is no option for retaliation because it's a surprise attack.
There is absolutely an option for retaliation.
Okay then. But I'm still pulling my punches, so I will roll to.
Yeah,
Well said.
the obvious call of this, right, is to directly engage and take something from them, which is what you're trying to do here, right?
Or use my power to neutralize an opponent.
Yeah, but that's not what you're describing. So
Well, yes, I'm trying to take her out of fight by binding her completely.
yeah, but that's like what I'm saying is like this does not sound like you're wielding your powers in my opinion. This sounds like you're directly engaging.
Sure. And I have
Nice.
I have +1 forward because I had one from previous conversation.
Oh
That's
yeah,
how, just in general, but it's at 12. Lol.
sweet.
It's at 12 lol.
All right, what will you pick for your options?
Let me just see how much do I plus. Pick 2. Okay. So. I'll take something from them, obviously, like take ability to move.
Yep.
From the smaller one, and
If you want the this thing to go off like a sneak attack, right? Like they don't notice you doing this. You're in a position to do this without them doing anything to you before you make your move. But once you do it, there's a risk of them retaliating. But you could prevent that by resisting and avoiding their blows. That could basically be you being like, "Aha! My ambush is successful."
and I want but instead I want to create an opportunity for Diamond, because I also kind of like I want it's noticeable enough to distract the older one, so she flinches.
Okay. I can see that. So okay, let's resolve this. You do this. You throw the bowler. Her arms like get snagged, and she arms to the side. She's like, "What the?" And just like falls over. As she does so, she like rolls around on her side and like spots you, and she whispers something, and you see like there's a glow on her hand, and then a shadow that Starlight and Diamond both recognize, like a shadowy humanoid with no legs, but like just kind of like this genie bottom thing going on, like grows out of her hand and just like lurches forward towards you. Its fingers distending into long, sharp claws, and it's just like flailing at you. What do you do as it swings?
Who? Which of us?
It's attacking. It's attacking Vigil.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just giving somebody time. If anybody wants to do other thing, then I will just.
Oh no, you are. I'm curious, like what it looks like when you actually. I guess I could just say you do take a powerful blow from this. But the question is like, what do you do? Like in the moment where this thing comes at you, what does it look like when you try to defend yourself against it?
I would just project like a shield in front of me just to take a blow.
All right, cool. So you bring your defenses up and be like, fuck, and I guess the thing is coming at you. Roll to take a powerful blow.
Mm-hmm. Is the thing more powerful or at my level?
This, yes, it's at your level.
Okay, so I roll my never give up, never surrender instead.
Cool.
Roll my savior. Savior. Did it roll? No. Okay.
Full hit.
Oh, sorry. Jeez.
Sweet.
Oh, sorry. It rolled twice. So the first one. So 13. On a hit, I stand strong and choose one. So I either.
This is not appropriate for Never Give Up, Never Surrender. She is not wielding far greater power than you.
Well, that's what I asked.
I thought you said like if she's comparable to you. That's what I heard.
Oh, I have stronger or comparable.
Yeah, she's definitely comparable. She is in no way wielding far greater power than you.
In fairness, Daniel did say yes, it's comparable. He did say that.
Yeah, that like she is not far greater power than you in any way.
Sure. Yeah, that's good too.
Right, sweet. So you stand strong.
I stand strong and mark potential, and
The dice are with you today.
They really are.
Excellent. So
Let's see
there
how
we go.
long it lasts.
So yeah, we see like this like shadow creature like just like pile its like claws into you. You bring up the shield. We see the claws like punch through the shield, but not like tearing it. Just like you see this little shadowy like tips like poking through on the other side.
yeah, probably when he punches through the shield, he like Finn is like twisting it down, so it's actually like wrenches the arms of the creature.
Yeah, and I think we see them like we see you break its arms, and like the thing like falls over basically, and it just like kind of like becomes a blob and reassembles itself and like looks completely unharmed as it like rises up off the ground and comes at you again. Meanwhile, White Sparrow, Diamond, you're on the receiving end of some kind of like black flame nova thing going on. Like some kind of like rolling sheet of nonsense is coming at you. Somehow through this, if you can like get around this, Finn has created an opportunity for you, Diamond.
Yeah, and that's what she wants to directly engage. She wants to take this woman to the ground and knock her out.
Are you just like going through it and like jumping her?
Yes.
All right, so
and hoping that I can weather it, and if I can't, then I'll have to deal with it.
cool. So take a powerful blow first, as you just like plow on through it.
And that is you roll conditions, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So you do get hit.
Yeah.
So you must pick an option from lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. Give ground, your opponent gets an opportunity, or struggle past the pain, mark 2 conditions.
I'll take 2 conditions.
All right, what do you mark?
I'll take angry, and I will take. I'll take afraid, because she's starting to worry that this is going to, we're in a public place. She's firing flames everywhere. She's genuinely afraid that innocents are going to get hurt.
Yeah, makes sense. This is not a discriminating attack she's using.
No, exactly. It's a flamethrower, for goodness sakes. So yeah.
So you mark those conditions. That makes sense. When you run through the flame, it hurts like hell. Your person is singed as you run through it. But it also there's something upsetting about the touch of these flames. Whatever sorcery she's employing is not gelling with you.
No.
And now you get the chance to do something to her.
Yes.
But before we acknowledge that, I want to see how the flames affect White Sparrow. White Sparrow, what do you do? Because Diamond lunges forth when these flames come rolling outwards. But what do you do? Miss Dinosaur.
Yes. You know what? I think Sparrow will not act as she would characteristically do, because she's somewhat out of it. So she'll assist Diamond in the rush. However, she'll probably use her super speed to run, around the flame and possibly behind the woman, hoping to get in a tail sweep of her legs.
Excellent. So
basically, I go high, you go low.
Yep.
Oh, nice. I like.
So you want to use your speed to get around the flames, and then sweep her leg. Okay. So why don't we have roll to see if you can actually manage that? So roll to unleash your powers first and foremost.
Both of us, I guess.
Just White Sparrow.
Ooh, any bonuses or minuses?
No.
Ow.
Yeah, no. So you try it's not like you fail to be super fast. It's just that this rolling sheet of flame broadens and distends as it's rolling out, and you miscalculate. So the flames like roll over you as they billow outwards. Take a powerful blow.
I don't wanna.
Should I try to hit her at some point as well?
Yes, but only after we resolve this.
Yeah.
Yay.
Right. So you do stand strong in the face of this hit. What does that look like?
That's 2 potential for you as well. That's nice.
Oh, right.
That's kind of important in your case because we need you to not get more doom before you get enough. Basically. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so I stand strong.
Yeah, it basically means that you get into a position where you can help Diamond on this upcoming test with the team if you want to.
Yes, I think then we see these flames rolling across Sparrow, the purple energies actually just rolling off her scales as she does a sort of sneer, thinking to herself, "I've felt darker powers."
Yeah, you absolutely have. In fact, there's like something familiar in the reverberation of energies. As you shrug them off, it doesn't feel like this is a. It doesn't feel like you don't know what you're shaking off. It feels like you somehow instinctively were able to turn these aside through some kind of empathic connection with where they're from.
That was an interesting sound.
All right. So, Diamond, you're in a position here. Like her guard is down. As you're just suddenly like lunging through the flames, not what she expected at all. Her attention is kind of like fixed half on like, okay, I dealt with them. Let me just get this bowler off you, little one. And then suddenly you're upon her, and then from the side comes the dinosaur.
Yes. So she's getting 1-2'd.
Yeah, that's how we roll and see what's
I
up.
sweep the legs. She falls forward, and you uppercut her.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Roll it.
I am about to. I just need to get my sheet open again because I closed it because I'm dumb like that.
Oh, happens.
There we go.
Crush. All right. So what do you pick from your options?
Wrecked.
I take her. I mean, going with the description that we just got. Basically, she gets swept so that she stumbles and she's almost falling flat on her face.
Yeah.
And then as she comes forward, Diamond hops into the air and just does a Superman punch directly on the woman's chin.
Cool. So
and knocks her flat out. She takes her consciousness from her. She knocks her out.
That is not fictionally appropriate.
All right, fair enough. Well,
but you can absolutely take her footing from her or her momentum.
Well,
or
I'll
anything.
definitely.
But a consciousness is not appropriate.
Her powers, take them.
I'm not in a position where I can do that. No, I can take her. Let me just see. It's 2 things I can take on this, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
can choose two options when I've rolled this.
Yes.
This much. Regularly engage. I've already taken a powerful blow, so should I? Is it still? Now this is just a technical question, but should I still? Will I take another powerful blow if I don't resist this, or?
Yeah, if you don't resist this, you will.
Okay, well in that case, of course, I will resist her blow because, I've kind of had enough of her, and then I am going to. I'm going to frighten her.
Awesome. Well, you're going to impress, frighten, or surprise her.
Yes. So by the punch is the fact that I make it through the flames and manage to land that kind of punch on her.
Yeah, and I do actually reckon that she's scared. I think that's the proper response here.
Yeah.
So you hit her. As you hit, you see this like kind of like crackling energy like appear around her as you like impact, but her form like still like twirls and flips and like just like rams into the ground. There's definitely an impact, but you don't ever actually make direct physical contact with her.
No.
She's protected by a barrier of some form.
Yes.
She is definitely. Yeah, she goes flat on her ass. To wit, oh god, what does she do when she goes flat on her ass? Okay.
That's a good question.
This is something I am still getting used to. These like.
No worries. No worries.
Okay. So you do this. You
Yes.
both of you clip her. You knock her down. She pushes herself up. She's like, you brats, you. And then she looks up at you and like sees that you're basically unaffected by these flames. Like you can see her like put the pieces together, right? Like she's, oh wait, fuck, you were barely even touched by this. Like okay, you were definitely affected actually, but you should definitely be more affected than you are.
Yes,
And
I should probably be on the ground writhing in agony.
yeah, or dead, and you're not. And she looks up at you and realizes, wait, shit, she's in trouble. And you can see like that dawning on her. And so she's pulled herself up to her knees. She puts her hands together in front of her and whispers something into it. A light appears like in the space between her palms. And this like triangular, semi-opaque black pyramid, like appears around the three of them. Sorry, the two of them, pushing outwards from her, temporarily like boxing the two in. What do? There is a moment here where like she's like thrown up she's created this barrier between you.
Yeah, I want to tear it down. Literally, stick my fingers in there and rip it open.
All right. I'm
Question
curious.
is what the others want to do. I mean,
let's temporarily look at. Let's shift to Nightshade, because Nightshade, you've been observing this from on high, and now that the battle is joined, you have the opportunity to like swoop in.
Yeah,
as you see the barrier like pulls out and knock White Sparrow and Diamond back.
I think he goes like gas form and tries to fly in through the barrier.
All right.
And
So
like, push himself through it.
When you initially like fly towards it, you can feel yourself being repelled. You cannot simply glide through it like without any effort. You might be able to, but it would have to be as a concerted effort of your power.
Okay.
And even then, it's not guaranteed. But just like as you're touching upon it, it like kind of repels you, like if you were metal approaching a magnet. Sorry, a magnet approaching a magnet. What the fuck? It doesn't attract you, it repels you.
Well, a magnet can attract a magnet. It just depends on what the polarity is.
Yeah. I'm going to I'm going to continue forward, see if I can push through it.
All right. So this might be a little bit of a strain on you, but you might make it. Roll to unleash your powers. See if you can make it through the force field that she's erected.
Woohoo.
Oh, there is a semblance of success here. Let's see what exactly is up. So when you do this, the effect, either you mark a condition or I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
I think I'll mark angry.
We're a lot of angry people right now.
Because that probably hurts pushing through that.
Yeah, it absolutely does. So you like push towards this barrier, and it's like kind of like giving you blowback, but you make it like you push yourself through, you seep through, and appear on the other side. you're now inside, and there is this like weird sensation of like these sounds outside drowning out a little bit when you're inside. Like this is like a different kind of space you're inside. Once you enter, she's like been like fiddling with the bindings on her friend, on the little one, and she's almost untangled her. She sees you, and she like turns, brings her hands up, whispers something, and this like reddish circle appears in the palm of her hand and shoots towards you.
I don't like this woman.
She does a lot of whispering.
Just want to point it out. I don't like this woman. I think she's a bad egg.
I think so. Yeah, I'm definitely going to attempt to dodge.
All right, just swipe out of the way, and then what?
And then if I can avoid it, then I'm going to, since we're in an enclosed space that she created, I'm just going to flood it with knockout gas. I'm just going to turn myself into gas and just take up airspace everywhere.
All right, let's see if you can do that. So there's a risk here. As you're trying to do this, she continually hurls these like reddish spheres at you, and you guys outside, like, these like reddish spheres don't like impact on the force field. They just like float through, and like one of them hits a tree, and the tree turns to ash. It just like falls down. Yeah, like these
react.
You're not in immediate threat of it being hit, but I'm like assuming you're getting out of dodge when these like things come flying out.
I think actually, Sparrowsaw will twirl around itself, dragging the tip of its tail along the ground in a circle. And, from where the tail touches the ground as she's kind of dragging it along, a billion white butterflies fly out and kind of land on an invisible structure, forming an outer bubble to protect, basically to protect people outside of here.
You want to, toss up and, retain focus on some kind of shield to block these shots from hitting randoms?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you can make that roll, and then we'll return to Nightshade.
Savior, yes?
Yeah, you roll to defend, yeah.
9.
Nice.
I would like to assist if we have more team.
Yeah, you do. You have a team point.
Yeah, I want to...
Daniel.
sorry.
I was about to say, because of my new move, I picked up Captain. When we engage an enemy as a team and I'm the leader, we get a +1 to the team pool.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you reckon that you are all engaging as a team?
I think so.
Everyone?
Yes.
What about AJ? What is Starlight throwing in? You're muted, by the way.
I think you're muted. Might be why we haven't heard you as well.
She's continuing to be muted, so maybe she's just stepped away briefly. Guess we'll address this upon her return.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, in any case, I wish to spend.
A team?
Okay, Starlight isn't assisting. She says. I want to spend a team on continuing the distraction of, again, as I said, I'm digging in my fingers. I'm trying to rip this open while I'm keeping my eye contact with the woman I just knocked to the ground, and so basically so that she can't have her focus on what White Sparrow is doing to protect these people. She can't focus her attack in that direction.
She's not. I reckon that doesn't sound like you're helping White Sparrow protect against these randomly flying orbs.
Okay, I misunderstood how they work in that case.
She's throwing them at Nightshade, and Nightshade is dodging and jiving, and they're just flying out of the sphere, and White Sparrow is trying to throw up blocks to stop them.
In that case, I don't think there's anything I can do to help.
You could throw park benches or trash cans to intercept them.
No, because that means that she has to let go of what she's doing. So she's
Okay.
I would say Finn slides in because he doesn't want to be locked out on the outside of the thing of
Alright.
the shield, and he's helping instead. He's helping basically. He projects something like like a staff, and he's basically starting doing whole wushu red viper bullshit, just twiddling around and just knocking them out.
Do you reckon you're in a position to do that? You're currently fighting a shadow monster.
Didn't the shadow monster like disappear?
No.
No, it reformed.
Can I drag it with me?
Or
Since it
step
was-
in and let it stay outside.
I feel like, I mean, so you can we're in a comic book situation, right? You can make something up here, but consider that you are currently being engaged by the shadow thing, right? Like you're not getting away from that through doing this. But if you can like explain it away, we can totally like let you spend the team to assist, even though you're like kind of a bit away from it.
He's really. I mean, let me guess here, or remind here, but he's quick, isn't he?
Yeah, Finn is pretty.
Yeah,
pretty
so
quick.
he should be able to close the distance to what is happening over there fairly easily. And then start knocking, put up like for example, because he is so fast. If he basically spins that staff fast enough that it almost forms like a when you look through a propeller of an old airplane.
Or better, I would say he stays where he is. But he just projects like a bow and starts just shooting at it while
Right.
standing next to the thing.
Oh, that's so cool. So you're like, as far as this thing is considered, you're engaging it, and it's like weaving and like being like trying to avoid being hit by you. But what we see is actually Finn like lining shots up so as to hit the balls that are like flying out. So
That's
you're like,
awesome.
that's so cool.
While pulling all the Legolas bullshit and just twiddling around and dancing.
You're like inverse Widowmaker. Right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Dig it. So yeah, that's totally what happens. We're gonna take this away. There you go. This is a result of 10 on your roll to defend. What would you like to take for your result, Rasmus? Sorry, White Sparrow.
Brass Sparrow.
Indeed. So when you protect someone, you can add a team to the pool. You can take influence over someone you protect, or you can clear a condition.
Okay, so I can choose one. I want to add a team to the pool because while Sparrow wants to clear conditions, I don't think this is enough to make us stop feeling guilty and afraid.
Sure, this doesn't necessarily kick up your mood, but there is a semblance of teamwork, right? You're functioning here. You're playing into each other's strength. So sweet, that happens. So now let's return to Nightshade. Nightshade, inside the sphere, you're dodging and jiving and like trying to get at her and her compatriot as she's like firing these like glowing, crackling, reddish orbs outside. And you're avoiding them. Good for you. But as you then like try and come at her, I'm going to have you roll to directly engage.
Alrighty.
Let's see if you manage to avoid all of them.
Ooh, oh my.
Ugh. Yeah, okay.
Yay, potential.
Yeah, Maga potential.
Yay, potential indeed.
So one of them strikes you, these orbs, and we see like this kind of like almost like burning embery, like you're a semi-humanoid floating gas thing, and we see it hit your shoulder, and like it just burns away your arm, like this rolling ember that like crawls down the gas form of your arm. Mark a condition and take a powerful blow.
In that order?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's nasty.
Yeah, we'll mark afraid. Because that's scary. God damn it.
All right. What do you like to pick for your option on taking a powerful blow?
All right. I think I'm going to struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
All right. You're up to a not insignificant amount of conditions now.
Yep.
Okay. So your situation is a bit dire in there. I think in this moment, as you do this, right, you have to like struggle past the pain to even maintain the semblance of the shape you're holding, and you do not successfully engage her. So you can't like billow out, right? You're having a hard time staying alive in here, and I think you people outside, you see this too. In the meantime, Diamond, what are you doing here?
Yeah, as I said, I'm quite. I mean, it's brute force because that's what she can do.
You want to see if you can like get through this force
She's
field?
quite literally trying to tear the force field open, and in doing so, hopefully bring some relief to her teammates. So
yeah, you want to
I
get
don't know if
Nightshade out.
Yes, and allow someone to get in with her. This is really a matter of not so much wanting to punch or attack her as. Am I misinterpreting this wildly if I say this is more of a well, let me see. Well, yeah, actually, she does want to get in there and kick or punch or something because pointless otherwise.
All right,
so she wants to rip her way in. That's yeah.
We'll take that then. So first and foremost, this is very clear what you're doing, right? You want to rip yourself through. Roll to unleash your power to overcome an obstacle.
Yes, and
so trying to brute force your way through this thing.
Yes, I just need to check one thing here because.
And then once
you have something about obstacles, don't you?
Yes, I do. I have unstoppable.
Yeah. Once we've seen that, we'll go to Starlight, who wants to interject as this trouble occurs.
Well, I'll use unstoppable in this case.
All right.
To bash my way through this and just go. It's not in a china shop or anything, but she really wants to rip and tear because there's an obstacle between her and this.
You start fucking beating on the fucking thing and like.
Exactly, and just letting all that enormous strength that's built into her loose at the same time. So
that's
I'll
awesome. Roll your unstoppable move.
This really is the thing going to town on something. Hulk smash. No, it's not. No, it's not.
What happens on a fail then?
Let's see.
We do have a team. We do have a team, so I could. No, you know what? I'm just.
Well,
I'm hammering away.
Take a moment here. So, AJ, I understood that Starlight wanted to interject here, and like help Nightshade as he's trapped inside this triangle, or this pyramid, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
At first it was like, they look like they had it, and then maybe not so much.
So this is like the perfect opportunity, right? Because you see Diamond trying to like beat her way in, and the force field is holding. But you could help her here if you spend a team. You can up it, and she might be able to like make it through by you like sapping the sphere and like doing something to help out by breaking the barrier if you want to.
Well, I don't think she's actually thinking about that right now because Nightshade's arm just disappeared.
Yep.
So she would just say poof and then show up inside there with a moat.
All right. So let's resolve these one at a time then. So first and foremost, that miss there we need to resolve.
To be fair, if Finn is still able because he's still like engaging from a distance, if he's seen that like Diamond is not making a crack in this,
she is, but she's not the cracks are mending.
Yeah. Okay, so he would be like, well, let's try arcane on arcane bullshit. And he would instead like we have the last arrow that he projects. It's like a goddamn huge one.
Nice.
Just basically pulls it off, and just shoots in between Diamond's punches.
That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
we-
trying to the cracks she's making, he's trying to open and get through there with his. Okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
so you're beating on it, right? And every time you do so, you like create cracks and they keep mending, and you punch it again and they keep mending and like pushing you back. And so we see the moment of perfect timing where you strike the barrier, and then just as you're like pulling your arm back to punch it again and it starts mending, this like energy arrow hits it and like keeps like it stops it from mending, the cracks widening it in, and then you punch it while it's already cracked, and you manage to force your way. So
Inside, yeah.
So let's see. You need to pick one on a 7 to 9. Mark a condition, leave something behind, or take something with you. Yeah.
Leave something behind or take something with me. What could those be? Because I haven't used those before, so I'm a little. What's that? Because what would it mean to take something with me?
So there are options here. I have some ideas, but let's see if the book has any light to shed on it. Okay.
No, you
So
know what? No.
yeah.
You know what? It's fine because I think I could take a condition, right?
Yeah, you can take a
That was one. Yeah, good. Then she's going to take insecure because she basically just saw that for all her strength, she was actually, she didn't actually make much of a dent.
Right. Your strength can always carry you through, but in this case, it's like
In this case,
what
it's
even are
really-
these people you're fighting?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's taken me up to 4 conditions in a single fight, guys.
Me too.
Jeez. This rough deal. All right, so you actually make it through,
Yes.
and as you do so, right, we see you break through, and like as Nightshade is like weaving in there. Starlight wants to get in. So Starlight, what do you do?
Transport myself inside.
All right. So flare up.
Oh, right, that's it. Burn. Yes, we burn.
Whoosh.
All right.
Not very well, but we do.
Well, you do get some hold. So on a 7 to 9, mark a condition and hold 3.
Yay.
What condition do you want to take?
Insecure.
All right. So your powers are about to run wild again. You can just feel it.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, so you have 3 hold. What do you do?
Move inside.
All right. Yeah, I reckon you could do that. So you see you like flare up. You use your powers. You appear inside the pyramid.
Yep.
There is of course you can see it better now that you're inside it, but now all the outside world seems muted by this like semi-opaque swirling blackness. You see Diamond like ripping her way through on one side as the pyramid shuts around her. And you see Nightshade like dodging and weaving, and this lady like looks to you as the 3 of you like suddenly inside, and she's like 1v3 and her partner is still struggling to get free. She hisses and she's like, "How dare you, children!"
Now, she's the one throwing these things, right?
Yeah. You can see like the kid who's down, like there's still like this kind of like connection, like anchor point between her and the nearby shadow that is clawing at Vigil outside, which we'll return to in just a moment.
Thinking.
Doom, 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 doom.
Actually, I think I'm gonna make a moat around those two, because then their things can't get out of that little moat.
So you spend a burn to create a barrier that will hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it. So
Yeah.
you want to like block their
Encase
attacks.
them.
Okay,
Encase them.
cool.
So that whatever she's using is encased with them.
Sure.
Same thing with the shadow thing that's extended out to claw at Vigil.
Cool. What does that look like? What does it look like when you like try and create like some a fly net to hold them?
Basically, she goes, "How dare you, kids?" And she just snares back, "Just watch me." Poof.
Right? What does it look like?
And it looks like if you have ever been inside one of those places where they have the lights of a starry sky in a rounded dome. Like, look at the stars with us, and then they start, doing the dot-to-dot drawing to show you where the stars are.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks like that, only it's see-through, so it looks like such a dome of stars around them.
Cool.
And suddenly, their things can't actually get out of it.
All right.
They're stuck in there.
Yeah, I dig that. So let's see. This is about the time where we should take a break. Do you guys want to take a break, or do you want to call it here?
Actually, I wouldn't mind calling it here. I'm getting very, very tired, and
I thought I picked up on like some weariness.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
also getting tired.
It's not a bad cliffhanger, kind of sort of mid-fight. You just probably need to take a few notes on exactly what the positioning of everybody is.
Yeah, I think I got it down here. We got basically we have 3 layers of force fields essentially, which is curious. What we do, we have White Sparrow like creating this like impromptu like attempting to like, okay, I'm gonna block everything that's coming out here, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. We got this. Which is not a permanent thing, right? It's a thing you're creating like to be like, I'm gonna block that and that and that. Then we got the inner field, which is this like pyramid of blackness, and then inside that there is now a starry sphere made to contain the 2 people inside.
Yes.
Sweet. And outside, a weird shadow monster is fighting Vigil, which I guess. Yeah, I guess that would actually. So the shadow monster. The shadow monster would stay outside. It gets cut off from her, but it wouldn't like be drawn back in by the mode, I reckon. So it just like breaks its connection and like hovers out here clawing.
Sure.
Cool. Okay, so let's hold it here, and we'll pick up next time. See how this fight progresses. How you handle these witches.
Endured.
So, let's have our end of session moves.
Monica is gonna be so pissed we put her big sister and mother in jail.
I know.
Yeah, I wanted to actually at some point, I need to make a note of it, that Finn would like to analyze the powers, because we encountered like witches before.
Yeah,
like,
and we've analyzed. We've met a shadow monster before specifically.
Yeah. No, but our first fight as a team was against their, I think probably their like weird leader.
Yep.
It's like very similar thing. So he would be like,
This is not.
But there was a shadow monster as well in the both in the fight that Starlight
Museum
and Diamond had, outside that where we first met Deacon Graves, and there was the one in the art museum. So yeah.
Yep.
These things she's doing, this lady that you don't know, are not unfamiliar to you, right? This feels similar to fighting Morrigan when you first met. So, all right. Not team moves. End of session moves. Hooray!
Hooray.
Diamond.
Yes.
What's your end of session move?
You mean closer to herself, the team, or further away? That one I expect.
That's correct. That's the one.
Yes. Boom, 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 boom. That's actually. I think that she feels. There are 2 options here. One is closer to the team, but I also see what happened, kind of as an extension of what happened last time.
Yeah.
And there's also the getting to know herself better, because there was a very, very central question that White Sparrow asked, which was really important, namely, what does it take to be a person?
Yeah, absolutely. Which do you reckon resonates most?
I think I think the closer or growing into her understanding of herself is the one that resonates the most, because that question is going to stay with her for a very long time.
All right. So tell me how you see yourself and why.
She definitely sees herself as
There's been some recent changes.
well, yes, there has, and she sees herself as not as a human being, but because she isn't. But she was forced to acknowledge that by her own standards, she's actually a person.
I'm not a human being, but I am human.
No, I'm not a human being, but I am a person.
All right, cool.
And the fact that she's a person is, well, for one thing, it's a start. Secondly, it's people have rights.
Yeah.
And as far as she's concerned, people have rights even if they're not human. There are other supers in the world that are not human.
Yeah.
So that is something which will definitely profoundly affect how she sees herself.
Interesting. How do you reckon you will adjust your labels?
I think she is going to. I think she's going to move her superior one down and her freak one up, because, yeah, I am not human. That doesn't mean I'm not a person. So she acknowledges she's more at peace with what she is.
So I accept that you're moving it like that.
Yeah.
I would advise that you would lower your freak then, because it seems to me that in your recognition of you, like, I am not a human, but I am a person.
Yeah.
Is a point of connectivity, not distancing.
It is a distancing. It's
Okay.
very much a distancing. She does not. She sees that she does not have to be human.
Oh, well,
It is all right to be different.
Yeah. Okay. I will happily take that. That seems like a great way of formulating that. So up your freak, lower your superior. Cool.
You.
Finn. Your end of session move.
Finn was a lovely bear this session, so he grew closer to the team definitely.
All right. Who made you feel welcome?
Oh, come on. my one and only
I
lover.
I know for which scene my heart beats the most. Yes, let's be.
Oh heavens.
I know
the
which
one that he made. Yeah, the one that he made embarrassed in front of his dad.
Yes, that one. I know. I know which scene I'm cutting out of this issue and like putting a little rose color border on and hanging above my bed. That's fine. Okay. So cool. Give influence to Finn, to Nightshade.
He already has it.
All right.
Yep.
Nightshade, how are you gonna modify Vigil's labels?
Do his. Say super his savior up.
You can
And-
move my savior because savior is locked.
Who am I? Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. There.
Sure.
All right. We'll move his danger up and mundane down.
All right.
Sorry.
Danger up, mundane down. Cool. So, clear a condition or mark potential.
I already marked.
Cool.
I have like one condition. I cleared like 3 this.
Yeah, I took them over instead.
I know. I took 4.
Next up, Nightshade. Yeah,
definitely closer to the team.
You're playing against a little bit tougher game than you usually do.
Indeed.
I mean, none of you took a like full-on blast from eternity in your first session. That would have cost you dearly too.
I
But
did. I did.
you got winged, I think.
No, I got literally blasted to the chest and was stopped in time.
That's true, you did. Oh yeah. Right.
Then
Starlight
AJ
freed him.
Yes, I remember that. Cool. Alright, so, sorry. Nightshade. Dude.
Grew closer to the team.
Yep. What, who made you feel welcome?
Duh.
Yeah, okay,
Finn.
okay. Hungry eyes.
Yeah, move your freak down and move your mundane up. We're having very mundane talk.
All right.
I'm gonna be like I'm gonna be like the Japanese girls in South Park. I will create queer fiction by virtue of like just fanboying over you two. I will just be like, you will now kiss.
Now kiss.
All right. So what will you do? Will you clear a condition or mark potential?
Ooh. I think I'm gonna clear a condition.
All right. Which condition will you clear?
We're going to clear afraid.
All right. You're
He thinks of
you're comforted.
those oily abs. Which is afraid.
Okay, guys, you're just gonna have to do something about this.
No, we'll write this.
Get it over with and kiss each other already.
Nope. Nope. This will be the biggest tease of
That's
all
right.
ages.
All right, you do realize that you have an author in your group, right? I'm gonna have to write something on this, and I'm not gonna.
Yes.
I'm not gonna. No, Rasmus. Before you get going, I am not going to be nice about it.
Ladies and gentlemen of planet Earth, maybe we might be in a position to see the first ever yaoi as portrayed by Joan.
No, it's not gonna be nice. It'll be cringe-worthy, I guarantee you.
Oh, the best kind.
I hope for this to be a thing. Okay, so next up is Starlight, I reckon. I think you're. Oh, you're not muted. Hello. Talk to.
Hello.
Hi. What do you reckon is the case for your end of session move today?
I actually don't know.
All right.
Well,
Looking at them, none of them really, fits.
I would argue that finding a job and all that, deciding not to go to school, could be you growing into yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
that sounds
You're
That's very
growing up.
very much sounds like a thing.
It would be appropriate if that's what you want. That's what you reckon fits. You could also argue that you grow away from the team for some reason, if you have a reason to feel detached. Or that you grew closer, if you reckon that you felt welcome.
She grew into her own image.
Right? How do you see yourself?
I don't know. It was suggested.
It was indeed. Like, do you reckon that that like distancing yourself from academia and looking for a job speaks more to like a wish for the character to be more down to earth and like basically, I'm imagining her like moving away from quote unquote higher learning and closer to like being more grounded, juxtaposes her abilities, right? Because she is way above common man, but in her actions in her civilian life, she's like deliberately seeming to like keep herself very grounded. Can you see something of your character in that?
It was mostly at the end. Getting a job had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It's just her realizing, well, I'm old enough to take a job, I should take one.
Yeah, I mean, everyone could use some income, right? You want stuff, and you don't want to steal it because, hero.
No, more like I should probably get some legal money as well.
Yeah. All right. So,
but-
adjust your labels. One label up and one label down.
I don't think you understood a thing of what I said.
Okay. What are you trying to say then?
That it has nothing to do with what happened before the fight.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying you did choose the option to grow into the image of yourself, right?
All right, freak up.
All right, freak goes
Mundane
up.
down.
Alrighty.
Done.
Cool, thank you. And last but certainly not least, White Sparrow. What up, girl? How do you see
What's
yourself?
that? I think Sparrow grew closer to the team, and it was definitely the doing of Diamond because, she didn't freak out.
Yeah, makes sense, right?
Was tried to be comforting and supportive, and you're having problems with the soul. Don't worry, I'll punch them for you.
You asked Diamond if she thought there was hope for you, and she did.
Yep.
All right. Well, give influence to Diamond.
Already have
There you
it.
go.
What would you like to adjust?
I want to.
For the second time today.
Yeah.
It's nice that you all have influence over each other. You care
Yeah,
about
it
what
is.
each other think.
Yeah. I will move because you got that reassurance of, who the fact that it's going to, I actually, or Diamond actually thinks that it, you will win this and you will fight and you will overcome it and so on and so forth. I am going to move your freak down and your superior up.
Sweet.
Cool. And from the support, I will choose to clear condition. I'll clear afraid.
All right, nice. So we know where we're at next time. This is gonna be interesting. I will figure out what's up, and then we'll see how this situation unravels. Now, thank you all for playing along, of course, and thank you, dear viewing audience, ladies and gentlemen, for watching another episode of Halcyon City Defenders, us playing Masks: A New Generation, the RPG here on CharismaToAC. So, yeah, thank you so very much for showing. Hope you had a fun time, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Or
To the pit.